What is popping, everybody? Bailey Strasser here. Another episode of Wisco Sports Weekly. These are the type of videos that I hate that I have to make. But, obviously, this was honestly one of the craziest days or mornings in recent Bucks history. It's been insane just to find out what it actually has happened in all of recency. But wow. Just wow. So obviously the news was that I saw that the Bucks signed Myles Turner from the Indiana Pacers, a move that I thought that Bucks weren't even going to have a remote chance to even get him. I was thinking he was easily going back to Indiana, but I guess the truth was he was asking way more than what the Pacers were offering. So then, obviously, that's what forced him to look somewhere else. The Bucks obviously gave him a 4-year deal with an opt-out at the end of it, but it's insane. That is crazy. I'm like, oh wow, how the heck are they going to be able to afford him? And then the news drops, Bucks releasing Damian Lillard. And this is just something, even though it was a realistic thing that I didn't think they were going to actually have the guts to do, they did it. Shortly after, Giannis is not happy. He's posting things, cryptic things. I don't know if it's looking good. But the Bucks so far in this free agency have done exactly what they were supposed to do. They followed the right rules. I said they should sign a center. They got Myles Turner. Didn't think of that even in being a thing. I thought they were going to trade Damian Lillard, but if it wasn't for the injury, now it's like you're stuck with him. But instead, they now release him. Basically, it's a good move. It's good for Dame because he's going to rehab and, definitely whenever he can just sign with another organization. It's a smart move and, I don't know what to think, but it's interesting. But what's crazy is they just dropped him because of an injury. And while I'll say the Myles Turner move is a fantastic move for the Bucks, it's like it's basically, in my opinion, it's like you're upgrading Brook Lopez. You could tell Brook Lopez was slow. They ended up obviously parting ways with Brook Lopez. Lopez signs a 2-year deal with the Clippers. It was a smart move. I'm not mad about it because deep down, Lopez has not been the same player. They also decided to trade Pat Connaughton and 2 second-round picks to the Hornets for some, I forgot it, Valase Basilic? I forgot his name, but I think he's supposed to be EuroLeaguing, so quite frankly, he probably won't even be on the team. So this was a trade that really made I think I don't know why they did that one. That one makes no sense. But Connaughton was getting old, so I knew they were going to have to move on. You re-sign Prince, you re-sign Trent, you re-sign Porter, you re-sign Bobby Portis, you re-sign Sims. They got all those people back. Portis was a 3-year deal. Everybody else was 2-year deals. They also signed Gary Harris, which was a 1-year deal plus an opt-out, which was not a bad deal, but he's really been playing like trash as of recently. So honestly, I'm not a real fan of that one. But the truth is, you look at us and you go, what? The Bucks either had to be trying to make another move, or Giannis is, I don't know what to say. I remember everything has just changed from what has happened. And you had such a good thing going. But the desperation, ESPN, the biased sports media, every single offseason, They keep going on the notion that Giannis is going to leave. Giannis is going to leave. And in every offseason, the Bucks make this big move that basically indicates they're contenders. They're contenders. They're contenders. Where was this talk for any other team? The media is basically forcing this narrative that's making us, that's trying to weaken us from the outside. They were mad we won a championship. They were furious we won a championship. But every season since then, everybody thought we were going to be this big dynasty. We traded for Jrue Holiday. It was a great move. Then they traded Jrue Holiday, which was, I hated that they had to do it, but it was, the move at the time was right. We were unfortunately robbed of the Dame-Giannis duo because of injuries, and that's what really sucked. Then we were forced to trade Chris Middleton, for Kyle Kuzma, which in reality should have never been done. Kuzma completely fell apart. I hope he maybe gets his act together and maybe starts to play good again, because honestly, that was just a bad year last year, but he could definitely turn it around. I'm not going to count it out yet. But Chris Middleton, we know he's not the same player. They let Brook Lopez walk. Now they let Dame walk. There is no loyalty in the NBA anymore. The Bucks, which were always sold on loyalty, trying to be loyal to Giannis, trying to be doing everything to help him. We won the championship. We won this. We won that. There's nothing loyal about any of this. Trying to trade hometown players that are homegrown to your heart just because you think it's better has actually made this team worse. Now, I'll say the Myles Turner move was actually good because, to be honest, Myles Turner actually played some great defense on Giannis in that playoff series. And I even said when we were playing, I'm like, I wish we had Myles Turner. So I guess I'm happy we have him. But this is just absolutely ridiculous on the fact that we literally are like, well, Dame, you're not going to play, so we'll just get rid of you. Like, we don't want you because you're injured. And that's just basically what they said. Same thing with Content. You're old, you're slow, we don't want you anymore. Bye-bye. Same thing with Brook Lopez. Bye-bye. You know what? Business sucks, and these things kind of maybe need to happen. But there's nothing... And at the last couple years, there's been no loyalty. Because the media has driven this whole narrative that Giannis wants to leave. And that Giannis isn't happy. They've been doing this for years because they hate small market teams like us. I don't know why. Like, what? I'm sorry we're not the Knicks or the Lakers. I'm sorry. It's nothing I can control. I'm sorry we're a small city compared to your big Hollywood fanatic and nonsense. I just hate all talking about this. But with what we've done, this is exactly what's happened. We've destroyed ourselves from the inside out. And now Giannis is by himself. I mean, he's got Portis, that's it. But there is nobody on this roster. Maybe they should trade for Jrue Holiday. I mean, it's possible. But there's nobody on this roster that is going to make Giannis want to stay with the organization. There's nobody. We are destroying ourselves from the inside out. And for the first time, if Giannis decides, I want to leave, I do not blame him. I do not blame him at all. There's nothing loyal about this. John Horst is a scared man and he caves under pressure and he started out making great moves, but now he's just gone so far with desperation. He has not made a single good move in the last, I don't know what so. We won the championship and everything has completely fallen apart. Something has to come out of this. I don't know what's going to happen. I sort of kind of want Giannis to be traded to get some young players and talent. Because, quite frankly, it might benefit us. But I don't know what is even going to happen now. They did the right things. They re-signed all those people on the team. They got Bobby Portis restructured to a cheaper deal. They did exactly what they needed to do. All but one thing. Cut Damian Lillard. That should have never happened. You should have gotten after a center that was younger and unproven. Instead, they made a great signing, but it cost them possibly the future. Again, we don't know what's going to happen because there's a lot that has to be talked about. And we don't know. I believe it's not done yet. I think the Bucks might still have some tricks up their sleeves. But if they want Giannis to stay, they might have to pull something big here. I don't know what it is, but something's coming. I can feel it. This will be something we obviously would have to wait and talk about till next time. But in the meantime, if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment with your thoughts, and as always, we will see you next time. Go Bucks.